What you are going to see now is not even a film. It is a video patent that will completely change your worldview and will probably be a starting point for the new evolution of mankind. This is not a pretentious statement. This is not self-conceit. This is a real project, and by the end of the film, you'll be totally convinced in it. This film isn't new. It actually appeared after I graduated from the university where I was working on my graduation project dedicated to laser-stimulated high-temperature plasma. This is a controlled thermonuclear reaction in pulse mode. It has become clear that thermonuclear reactions existed before and always will be. They have been well known for a long time already. The first thermonuclear hydrogen bomb is a thermonuclear reaction itself, but we will never see any controlled thermonuclear reactions where the energy is released gently and steadily. This is just the proverbial carrot that they show to the donkey to make it move forward. Like for the scientists from all over the world, it is a tool for getting money for scientific researches from governments in any country of the world. However, God provided people with an unlimited quantity of energy. It's not necessary to get it from water. It's not necessary to burn oil, gas, or other organics like coal, for instance. The cold layer of our planet we live on, where we have oceans, mountains, snows, and everything else, this layer is extremely thin. It's only 5 to 6 kilometers. So if we could see our planet as small as a globe, we could see that this layer is as thin as the paint on the globe. All the rest of the layers are very hot. Our planet is sheer energy. We have more energy than there is water in the ocean or sand in deserts. We have more energy than anything else we have on the planet. The largest thing on the planet is energy. We currently get this energy by very conflicting means. We get something, but we necessarily lose something. We get the cheapest electric energy ever seen from wind turbines. If someone flew above Amsterdam, they must have seen numerous wind turbines in the sea. The other side of the coin is the fauna in seas and oceans is disappearing. Parasitic flora is blooming. Where there is a lack of sea fauna that eats seaweed, it grows too much. Amsterdam and the whole state of the Netherlands are already experiencing this ecologically hard situation. We have an alternative source of energy, solar batteries. But they are better for computers, calculating machines, and smartphones. There have been some attempts to supply houses with this type of energy. By the way, if you analyze how much energy has to be spent to produce the solar battery in the first place, to smelt aluminum, to build up silicon, etc., then you will see that the positive effect turns out to be just minuscule. Well, what shall we do about it? We can't burn oil and gas for getting electric energy all the time, because the other side of this process is that, first, the resources are limited. In the future, it will be more and more expensive to get it. There is one more negative side. When we burn 1 kilo of oil, it burns approximately 100 times larger volumes of air. This air is lost forever. We can compensate it by planting more trees, but we also have fewer and fewer trees because we need fields for crops, etc. As soon as we get such huge atmospheric emissions, first we destroy the ozone screen, and second, we get the thermal effect or the greenhouse effect. It seems like there is no other solution except a thermonuclear reaction, but a thermonuclear reaction is still a pie in the sky. If this dream comes true one day, we will only get another problem on the list. The problem, which is probably even worse than all the rest of them, including flaring hydrocarbons. This problem is how to deal with radioactive waste materials. These radioactive waste products are currently placed in specially designed cubes that are able to contain them for some years. They are called final storage facilities, and they are dug into the ground. I hope to God these facilities will not start to ruin. We would have other serious problems then. How to survive, how not to get cancer, how to save a human being's genetics from radiation that would be everywhere. This is how it occurred to me to use what we own from God. We just have it from God, just as He gave us oil and gas, because it's not people who create these resources, right? So, it's the same thing. The Creator gave it to us in exactly the same way. I'm not a religious man, so please don't tell me I sound too mystic now or go to extremes. It's just easier to express it this way, what God created. So, just as He created everything, He gave us energy that we can use for thousands of years. We have an opportunity not only to use this energy in the usual form, like, for example, electric lights. Now we can make hydrogen by a very simple chemical reaction, electrolytic water splitting. It means that we have a chance to go only by environmentally friendly cars. We are able to charge these electric automobiles. What is the actual problem with battery-powered cars now? The aggregate capacity of all the combustion engines is 20 times more than the capacity of all electric stations in the world. In fact, we have found the right amount of good accumulators right now, by some miracle, I guess, which is modern people's aspiration. We would have lacked the electric energy. If we get the electric energy, I will talk about further in my speech, it will let us basically change all fuel for all the transportation and switch for the cities that would be absolutely environmentally clean. This type of engine will exhaust pure H2O. When an unlimited source of energy becomes available, we will get a brand new way of mineral extraction. For now, it is really hard to get them. I'm talking about different metals, etc. Now they're being smelted from ores. However, we have got billions of tons of gold just in the sea. The problem is that for now, we need too much energy to get this gold, just as all the rest of Mendeleev's periodic table chemical elements. This energy simply doesn't exist at the moment. It is very expensive to get it. Without any self-conceit, I am telling you that the whole passage of civilization will change significantly when the unlimited quantity of energy becomes available to people. We already have this energy. It is in the ground. This is the resource that nobody is trying to reach. We pull a lot out of the ground. We mine coal, metals, diamonds, oil and gas, but we do not get energy, although energy is the most important resource of our planet. Now, I'm going to tell how to reach this unlimited resource. To reach it, it is necessary to get those hot layers of the Earth's crust where it makes sense to get steam, to use turbines, and get electric energy. To reach means to drill a borehole. Drilling is currently a very expensive process because most of the time is spent not on drilling itself, but on assembling and disassembling of a drilling string. The thing is that a drilling string consists of 28-meter tubes. This is exactly the length that allows transferring them. But we need to drill as deep as 2, 3, or more kilometers. If we drill just for 2 kilometers deep, it means that we would assemble and disassemble the drilling string at least 72 times at the first tool dulling. There are a few important principles that underlie the new technology we represent here. We will drill thermal boreholes in the ocean at great depths. In this case, the deeper the ocean is, the better for drilling, because we won't need to go that far before we reach the required temperatures of the ground. The process of drilling will also be cheaper and easier, because we will raise the drilling string with a changing weight float instead of a platform. So we don't have to assemble and disassemble the drilling string when changing drill-through tools. If a borehole should be drilled deeper than the ocean bottom in the particular spot and no one actually knows it beforehand, we assemble a second long drilling string. In this case, we add one more coupling and uncoupling of 2 long drilling strings to the process duration. The length of them should be equal to the depth of the ocean on the spot. So the drilling process becomes faster, hundreds of times faster, as a consequence, cheaper. But at the moment, the drilling process is so expensive that even if in the future we put some thermal electric station in the borehole, the process of getting energy will be too expensive and irrelevant to run. Second, try to remember some physics you learned in school. When it comes to a thermal engine, there should be not only a heater, but there should also be a cooler. The cooler is the ocean itself. The ocean is an unlimited resource of cooling. You must have ever paid attention to huge cooling towers looking like big cones. This is what we use for cooling now. They are supposed to condensate the steam and cool down, but the ocean makes this process costless and the resource becomes unlimited. Drilling is a progressive rotation. This movement up and down is provided by a very powerful block and tackle system that executes a controlled pulling out and landing of a string. The rotation of a drilling string gets through its upper square section tube. As the drilling borehole gets deeper, it is necessary to make the drilling string longer, unscrewing this square section tube, installing the round tube instead of it, and putting the square one at the end again. Our technology implies that the rotation of a drilling string is executed with the help of a round tube clamped with a special device. This clamp consists of 3 rotating rolls with rifled surface. There should be a few groups of clamps, 5, 6, 10, etc., to distribute the compression pressure along the tube length without smashing it. The pulling out and the landing should be executed not at the expense of the block and tackle system, but with the help of a changing weight float. If a drill-through tool becomes dull, we pull out the whole string. When we reach the place where we started drilling, the mouth of a well, we change the drill-through tool and keep on drilling. Here we go. No need to assemble and disassemble tubes. We gain a lot of time this way. How to pull out this heavy drilling string? There is a float with a changing weight. Its weight changes because it is getting filled with water and then this water is blown out of it. This buoyant tank holds a drilling string with a drill-through tool. A power plant should be installed on the ship to provide the electric energy that supplies or takes away the air from this tank. After this stage of drilling has been completed, we pull out the driller to the ship along the drilling string that is actually directing. Then we use the same drilling string to get the underwater thermoelectric power station down. It feels like it is the right time to make this project public. This project cannot belong to anyone in particular. This project should belong to everyone. It's like the air. It belongs to everyone. No one can sell it. Air should be available for all people. Here is the situation when the right of property shouldn't be one's priority. For example, if someone invents a cure for the cancer, this cure should become available for all people. This job should also be available for everyone. Whoever is interested in it should do it. Nobody could be privileged here.